that everyone around you is probably thinking, but just too scared to say. When you hear the name Andrew Tate, you likely think of the term misogynist, which of course the media has done a delightful job of convincing you that he is. Misogyny is typically defined as having a strong disdain or prejudice towards women. Misogyny is wanting to hurt women in one form or another. When you actually watch a lot of Andrew Tate clips, you'll soon come to find, I think the last thing that this man feels towards women is hatred. In fact, I think he might love them a little bit too much. Interestingly enough, Andrew Tate himself rarely brings up the subject of women. It's typically other people asking him to speak on the subject. So, if Andrew Tate was such a misogynist and couldn't stand women and wanted to harm them, wouldn't he just be constantly talking about that? Constantly bringing it up himself? It doesn't make any sense. According to the media, I should be afraid of Andrew Tate because he's creating an army of millions of young men all over the world that want to harm me in some way. But I think that females should actually be grateful for Andrew Tate, not threatened by him, because his message to young men is to provide for your woman, to be able to be strong for your woman, to be able to be dependable for your woman. He is creating actual men. And as females, we should be grateful for that because it's very difficult to find them nowadays. Additionally, Andrew Tate is encouraging young women to understand that if they want to be valued by a man, they have to create value themselves. They have to bring something to the table. Essentially, Andrew Tate is just telling them that, modern feminism has sold you a lie. Being a hoe is not empowering. It's actually going to hurt you in the long run. Side note, anyone who actually subscribes to the fact that being a hoe is empowering, you'll never convince me. You're never going to convince me of that one, honey. Sorry. Andrew Tate has been bullied off of the internet because he has a powerful message that is resonating with millions of people all across the planet that is promoting the values and critical thinking skills that the powers that be feel very threatened by. It really doesn't surprise me that the left has turned on him so quickly. A lot of people lose their fucking minds about what he says because what he says is true. Is it harsh? It can be. Is it out of pocket? Sometimes. But generally speaking, it is truth, and the left has just been taught to deny reality so much so that when they hear somebody spit facts and say truths that we have believed for thousands of years, they lose their fucking shit. That's what makes Andrew Tate a perfect target for them. The left thinks that resisting the system means just denying the reality that the rest of us live in. You're the problem. Anytime that the media creates a narrative that convinces the entire world that they should hate somebody and then go along with it, pay attention to that person because they're probably onto something. And conversely, when the entire world loves somebody, just be wary because that's suspicious. Andrew Tate is just a classic example that if you don't go along with the leftist narrative to the very nth degree, that you lose your right to your free speech. Everybody deserves a right to free speech. Even if you want to say the most heinous, fucked up shit, you have the right to do so. It's either we all get a voice and it's left to you to use those critical thinking skills to determine what is bad and what is good, or nobody does. It has to be fair game or no game. And I personally think that we would want the fair game option. I don't agree with everything that Andrew Tate says when it comes to the topic of women. I own a small business. I have a corporate job. I have a lot of dreams and goals that I want to accomplish. And I don't know if in Tate's book that would be something that he necessarily agrees with, but you don't have to agree with someone on every little thing in order not to hate them. Just because you don't agree with every single thing that someone says means you have to hate them, means you have to cancel them, means you have to literally erase them from the internet. When it comes down to it, the media, the social media platforms, all the powers that be, the government, etc., they can try and attempt to erase Andrew Tate off of the internet, but they are not going to be able to erase his message because it is resonating with people. And even if you successfully manage to get Tate himself off the internet, there's just going to be another that comes along with the same message. You'll never be able to stop it because there will always be a certain amount of people out there who do possess critical thinking skills that want to be a sovereign individual. As Andrew Tate would say, not all of us are stuck in the matrix. More and more are waking up to the fact that we actually are in a matrix. At the end of the day, I just wanted to make this video to say, as a 27-year-old female, I stand in solidarity with Andrew Tate. Anyways.